Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree?
Yes.
You are knowing what you are wanting?
Yes.
Mostly. Do you think that you are a vibrational match to your desire? Becoming that more and more, that's the key, isn't it? When you have a desire that you are not contradicting with doubt, doubtful thoughts. Doubt is the feeling that you feel when you are contradicting your desire, or anger, or frustration, any of those emotions that don't feel so good. They're all about your contradiction. And it's easy to understand how you would get there, isn't it? Because you are observing the world and you're seeing things wanted and unwanted. So when you see something wanted and you are feeling that positive emotion, that means you are, in that moment at least, not doing that thing you do that contradicts your vibration. You know that you are mostly vibration. Sort of hard to know that when you're in your physical body, because through your physical senses you have been, from the day you were born, good at translating vibration into physical awareness, translating vibration into sight, vibration into sound, vibration into touch. You're really good at translating vibration, and your emotions are the best, or from our vantage point, the most important translators of vibration that you possess, because your emotions let you know how much you are harmonizing with who you really are or not. And who you really are is more than you understand. You were source energy before you came into these bodies, and that larger part of you still is. And as that larger part of you still is non-physical energy, that means that larger part of you is pure, non-resisted energy. So here you are in your physical body, having a relationship, whether you know that you are or not, with that part of you. Your emotions tell you about that relationship. When you're feeling love or joy or enthusiasm, you are so in harmony with that larger part of you that there is no resistance within you. There's no separation, is always too strong a word, but there's no separation. You're not pinching yourself off in any way. But when you feel negative emotion, you're doing something in that moment with your thoughts or your words or your actions that is not harmonizing with who your inner being, that larger non-physical part of you, knows you to be. So you were that non-physical energy before you came into this body, but only a part of that consciousness came forth into this body. The larger part of who you really are remains as non-physical source energy. So here you are all day, every day, doing what you came to do, sifting through the data of life, coming to your own personal and important new conclusions or preferences, and having a relationship with that larger part of you. Recently, we've been offering a very simplistic, almost annoying to you analogy. We like it a lot. That goes like this. When life causes you to know that you want something, it's like you are a train on a track, and the track is on a very flat piece of land. There's no hill, there's no gravity affecting the outcome of this. And so you desire something and you plunk an engine on the front of your train going that way. But then as you say, but I don't know, it doesn't really seem possible, you put an engine on the other end of the train going the other way. So your desire is going this way, but your doubt is causing you to go that way, and you're not going anywhere because you've got this equal energy pulling against itself. And if you are like most people, then the more you don't have what you want, the more you ask. And then the more you ask and notice that it hasn't happened yet, the more you put an engine on the other end of the train. And so you get all of these engines stacked up going in opposing directions, and then you feel stress because you're pulling against yourself. And that's really the primary point that we're wanting to make here. Only you can pull against yourself. You're pulling against yourself only. There are no other forces preventing you or hindering you or working against you. It's just your thoughts and what they are doing to you. So we're eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. We want you to come to know the power of the source within you. We want you today to get a true sense of how your desires are culminated in a vibrational reality, and that there is a powerful pulling of you toward them. And the reason for that is because in the same way that law of attraction is responding to the thoughts that you think, law of attraction is responding to the thoughts that the source within you thinks too. The thoughts that your inner being thinks about you cause a very powerful point of attraction, which you could call inspiration. We call it your calling. You're being called to the allowing of the fulfilling of all that you have been asking for. And that's a very powerful calling. You are being called into this physical body, and you're being called from the moment you were in this physical body. Is a very powerful calling. And you know the reason we're telling you that in this strong way? A very powerful calling. Very powerful calling. Source energy calling on your behalf, calling you home to who you really are. It takes a lot of focus on unwanted things for you to set up things that don't let you go in the direction of what you're really being called to. But that's easy to understand, isn't it? Because you've been trained in this physical format to be objective, to weigh the pros and the cons and the pluses and the minuses. And we know, someone at dinner the other night was asking, why do we as humans, this person said, why do we as humans seem to so easily gravitate toward complaining or toward our awareness of what's not working out? And they were speculating about it. And Esther said, I think it's because we innately understand that we are supposed to feel good, and we innately deep down understand that things are working out for us, and that things are supposed to be good for us, and that we are good people. And when something is going wrong, it feels like an explanation is in order. It feels like a justification or a defense or a rationalization. In other words, it feels like somebody needs to call somebody and tell somebody about something that isn't going well for me, because something, it should be going well. Why isn't it? Why isn't it? Why isn't it? Well, maybe it's because of this or this or this, or them or that, or them or that. And so today it is our desire that as we are chewing together, that you will get a sense of the value of you leaning a little more in the direction of what you want and a little less in the direction of what you don't want. We want to awaken within you your own guidance system. We want to convince you that you are a vibrational being. We want you to understand that your inner being exists, and that your inner being is aware of you, not just mildly aware of you, and not just generally aware of you, but intimately and accurately aware of where you stand right here and now in relationship to who you've become. Your inner being is not just phoning it in. Your inner being is there with you all day of your conscious awareness. And that is the reason that you could ever feel either positive or negative emotion. In fact, the very negative emotion that you sometimes feel is your evidence that your inner being feels differently about whatever it is you're thinking about when your negative emotion is present. And so stopping and just pondering, wondering, I wonder what my inner being thinks about this, because clearly it is different than what I'm thinking because of the way I'm feeling. Ooh, wouldn't it be nice if you could leave here understanding your guidance system? And wouldn't it be nice if you could utilize it and not use it to beat yourself over the head with like a club? Wouldn't it be nice if you could accept negative emotion as a good thing, not a bad thing? So, we have 5 steps in this deliberate creating process so far. You keep demanding another, but here's where we're at. Step 1 is that life causes you to ask. You can't stop doing that. Don't try. Step 2 is not your work. Source answers what you've asked for and causes a vibrational reality not only to form but to increase, to improve, to become more powerful. When you ask, it is given big time. Step 3 is you got to find a way to be a vibrational match to what you're asking for, which means you can't keep beating the drum of why you need it, or how important it is, or how much you want it because you don't have it. You've got to start thinking about what you want and why you want it. You have to begin seeing it as it already is. That's step 3. We call it the allowing mode, or more recently, the receiving mode. And step 4 is just getting really good at step 3. That sounds silly, but it's easy to stumble into step 3. You can be focused on something, feel pretty happy, and be in the receiving mode, and something good will happen. And then you come to your senses and remember how much your life sucked. So you don't stay there. But when you are really, really good at knowing how you feel, and you are feeling on purpose, then you maintain that receiving mode. You're consistent in it. And then step 5 is being back in step 1 and not being mad at yourself. Step 5 is understanding the purpose and the value of contrast. Step 5 is letting it be all right to know what you don't want. Just don't make a career out of defending and justifying what you don't want. Let it put more into your vortex. That's the purpose of contrast. So you won't ever want to be away from it. You could never be away from contrast. Here's how it works. Know what I don't want. Know what I do want. Launch a rocket. Oh, it's weird because I'm used to being over here. So I think about what I want and why I want it. I maintain the vibration of it. Feels pretty good. Clicks into place. Not only do I feel better, manifestation. What I want happens. Boom. Happy for a minute. So I got what I wanted and a whole new set of contrasting experiences, which caused me to launch another rocket of desire. There it is over there. Feels weird because I'm over here. It doesn't look familiar to me. Don't even remember how I ever got over there. But I think about it and I pretend it and I imagine it and I line up with it and I become a vibrational match to it. And boom, it happens. I'm happy for a minute. And along with that comes a whole new set of contrasting experiences, which caused me to launch another rocket. This is going to take a while. Caused me to launch another rocket of desire. So the thing that we really want you to hear is that you are always, 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 always going to be in a state of becoming. Therefore, there is always going to be a gap between what you have most recently asked for and what you are vibrationally up to speed with. And what we would like to convince you of is that the joy of life is for you in that motion toward. It's in that letting go of the resistance and letting yourself have that sweet ride of moving toward what you are asking for. You think it's the manifestations that you want. And it's all right with us if you think that. And we want you to want everything that you want. And we want you to receive everything that you want. But we also would like you to understand that what you're really reaching for is that glorious experience of knowing the power of your creative ability, of being pleased for the contrast and loving launching the rocket and even recognizing you're not up to speed with it and then deliberately getting up to speed with it and then having the thrilling experience of witnessing the universal forces coming into play, assisting you, watching things come into place. Circumstances and events all cooperating with you because things are working out for you. And then when that manifestation comes and you stand in that thankful feeling of worthiness and blessedness and you understand that you focused this into being with the power of your mind. So what do you want to talk about? Some things. It's going to be a really good day.